Today's episode of Fantasy Fiction is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/fantasyfiction.
Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player, whatever that is. Today we're recommending The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is a story both Reese's and I enjoy.
And it coincides with the fantasy theme.
So if you're enjoying the podcast, give the free trial a chance. It'll help pay for some of the hosting. I'm not sure what that is.
Quick, download it before the movie comes out post haste.
Enjoy the episode! Hey everybody, welcome to the Fantasy Fiction Podcast. My name is Dominic.
My name is Josh.
And today we are talking about cursed books.
That's a book.
It sounds like it's a little similar to your mythical beast sound.
There's more tongue. There's more tongue in this one.
There's a lot more tongue in the cursed book. I would imagine that. Yeah, sure, that makes sense to me.
It's canon.
It's canon.
We're starting out early today.
Yeah, you ready to go? All right, keep on wizarding and see it, folks.
See you next week.
Speaking of week, what were you up to?
Well, this week, as you may have already heard, some of you, both of us did the Continue cast.
Yes, we did.
And we were on it.
We had a prompt. It was a dark and secret council that Josh came up with, and we wrote the story of Gorgoloth, the evil ogre. No, wait.
Cyclops.
You
should go listen
to
it.
I remember everything. You should go check it out, though. It's a fun podcast. We shoot the breeze for a little bit, and then we get into some fantasy fiction. Kind of like fantasy fiction, but I think this one's like 2 hours long.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour-long fantasy fiction.
What else were you up to? Anything fun?
What did I do this week? Nothing.
Oh, man. People slowly realizing that our lives are work and this.
Right. Yeah, I every week I get on, I'm like, oh, I edited some stuff, and then I wrote a story.
And here
Did I have
it
any
is.
fun? Who knows? Who's to say?
Who's to say?
I did watch a lot of Halloween movies this week.
Oh, did you?
Halloween time.
What movies did you watch?
I watched Evil Dead 2.
Nice.
I watched both Ghostbusters.
Nice.
Because I fucking love Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
I watched House 1 and House 2.
I like House 1, and I remember liking House 2, but I think I've only seen it on TV.
Yeah, House 2 is, like, really crazy. Bill Maher is in it.
Yeah, it's super, like, there's a character, like their uncle or something, or that general.
The grandfather, the great-grandfather.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And he's like a mummy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I remember watching 4, and 4 is the one where William Catt comes back as the character from the first movie.
There's a 4?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was made in, like, 92. And it's not on DVD. Like, they were just like, we don't need to release this
People
ever.
don't need House 4. You know what's a great story kind of like House 2 is Frighteners.
Oh, yeah.
I say similar only because the dead help the living.
Yeah.
But I love that movie. I watched it real recently.
That's cool. I can check. Is that on Netflix?
It was that's where I watched it. I watched it about a couple months ago, but it's a great one.
It probably is.
I played a lot of Hearthstone this week.
Oh, dude. You're going to make everyone hate you.
It's so good, and I have to stop playing because I've already spent $10, and because you can buy packs or like pay $2 to enter the arena, which is like drafting. If you've ever drafted in Magic.
Yeah.
And you get random cards, and you have to pick which ones to build the deck, and then if you keep winning, then your prizes at the end of it are better. But you're always guaranteed at least like one booster pack at the end of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I'll tell you what else I did is, and if you listen to the Continue cast, you may have heard this already, but I'm getting in the Halloween mood, and I've been listening to a lot of Haunted House records.
Dude, that's fantastic.
I've listened to the same two. It's the one is Ghostly Sounds, I think, and the other one is Sounds of a Haunted House from Disneyland Records.
Yeah.
And like, I just listen to them at work when I'm doing stuff. and I love it. It's great.
I remember when we worked together, I would listen to the Warcraft soundtrack a lot, and I got so much shit done just listening to like stuff like that. Like I never got anything done listening to like our friend Mike Sidorf would put like Dr. Dre, and like no work would get done at that point.
No, you can't listen to anything with lyrics. That's why I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of soundtrack stuff a lot.
I'm like super ready for Halloween. Like I don't think I've ever been this excited for Halloween. Like I don't know. I'm this year I'm ready though. I'm ready for it.
I'm the same way. Like I'm getting really stoked on like I'm getting in the mood because we keep doing like Halloween themed posts at
Yeah.
work. Like I did those literal Halloween costumes
Dude,
that you
that
saw.
was fucking hilarious.
Thank you. Yeah, I really like making those literal things.
Yeah.
I changed my background to a jack-o'-lantern at work because I was like, the other day I was like, oh yeah, I'm on a computer. I'm going to make this place my own and make a little jack-o'-lantern in the background.
Gonna make it feel homey.
Yeah.
Give it a nice kitsch feel.
Give it a nice kitsch feel. You know, I picked up Nick yesterday from the airport and we
I
went to
heard.
one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite restaurants, El Compadre in West Hollywood.
Oh shit. Yep. I want to go there.
You will when you visit, and then we'll go to Disneyland. Every episode I'll mention Disneyland 3 times already today.
Disneyland also pays us, so
Yes. So if you go ahead and check out Disneyland free trial
at disneylandtrials.com.
/fantasy fiction. But with that, let's get into some fantasy.
All right. All right. My story this week is called The Book of Cursed Curses, Punitive Punishments, and Redundant Horrors.
Awesome.
To say Osric Dibbledorf was well regarded in his village would be an understatement. Quite frankly, he was the reverse Hitler of being well regarded. He had it all. His wife was a beautiful 6-foot-tall blonde high elf who made cakes all day long for him and gave just the sickest blowjays.
Pretty good life.
Pretty good.
First time Hitler was mentioned on the podcast, I think.
Which we made it 8 episodes, and
We made it episodes. I'm getting a little round of applause for that.
there's like a banner behind me. Confetti's
falling.
Osric was wealthy not only in weight of gold, but in quality of life. He had made his fortune as one of Daranos' premier alchemists, and was the sole inventor of such concoctions as the Hiccup Potion and Karate Tonic, which allowed the user to know sick-ass karate moves for like 100 minutes.
Does Hiccup Potion cure or give
I
hiccups?
don't know, you gotta try it. I don't know.
Canon.
Canon. Osric was also very attractive. It was said that his dimples were like the sunset, his muscles were like the mountains, and that looking into his eyes was like looking into a really hot 69 sesh.
You can't look away.
He was like, oh my goodness. He was no stranger to the ladies. Rumor has it, his dick was so big that it was like 4 dicks grew 8 more dicks. Dude made life his bitch and fingered life's best friend Fate so many times that you could just smell the destiny on his fingers.
Oh my god. This dude is he's living it.
He's like a rich ass bitch, dude. He's rolling. Like that song from that band, Rolling.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit.
Thinking it. Yeah, that's the one.
That was until the day he dared to try and enter Fate's back door, and Fate farted right into his face.
Oh man.
Disgusting.
Here we go.
I've done it all, said Osric. I've achieved all my goals, and I'm only 207 years old. Just thinking about all my achievements gives me a 4-hour erection. Osric sat down at his desk in his library, crafted from the bones of now extinct animals of Daranos. Around him were hundreds, if not thousands, of books, all pertaining to his craft. He had read them all, many times over, save for one. He sat back and contemplated his next move. How was he, Osric Dibbledorf, going to outdo himself and finally fist fuck his way into the history scrolls?
What race is he?
He's just a human. He's just a regular.
Oh, man.
Human.
217? Is that how old he is?
207.
Oh, 207.
You can live
man.
a very long time in this.
Sure, if you're fucking rich as hell and having sweet sex all the time.
Yeah, just getting the blowjobs is what keeps them going, man. That's what keeps us all going.
Doesn't it?
That is why I'm dying.
The more you know, that's why I'm dying.
Osric put his hands over his face, sat back, sighed, and out of frustration, ripped a nasty SBD that ruined the chair he was sitting in with nasty fart stank. You know the smell. He was also a whiz at farts.
That's the worst kind. It just goes right into the chair.
It's disgusting.
Forever.
Yeah, it never comes out. There is, he muttered, one nasty-ass old book I haven't read, but it's too risky. Fuck it, he said. Suddenly, the bookshelf beside him rumbled, and a booming voice echoed through the library. Read me, pussy, it said. And a book slid out of a high-up shelf and dropped to the floor. After a second, it grew spider legs and crawled its way over to Osric's desk and opened itself up. It was the book of curses, punitive punishments, and redundant horrors. I can offer you immortality, it said. I can make you a king for eternity. Me and my raging man bone are listening, Osric replied. But first you must complete one more alchemic potion. Anything, said Osric. I'm the greatest alchemist / clit massager in Daranos. Cool. You're going to need some of the most vile ingredients, said the voice from the book. Cool. Here is a list, dick snot. A cauldron made from the skull of a totally badass dragon, the eye of a cyclops, the fifth nut of a cyclops, the second eye of a double cyclops, a whole cyclops, paprika, the golden grill of a ghost pirate, and finally, bread made from the yeasty pussy of a bog witch. Which is disgusting. That is, I don't know.
Those are foul ingredients.
I don't know.
And mostly a cyclops.
Oh, man. Osric retched and puked up some homemade cake his wife made at the thought of the last ingredient. Although he himself had all those ingredients, except for the paprika. What kind of an alchemist can't make paprika? Shouted the book. Did someone say paprika? Osric's hot-ass fuck wife asked. Yes, my darling. I need some for my ultimate elixir. Here you go, she said cheerily. Would you like me to suck you off for a few hours? Nah, not right now, dear. I'm going to fuck your wife, the book murmured. What was that? Osric asked. Nothing. Keep stirring.
That book is cursed.
It's fucking cursed as shit. Are you hearing him?
Oh my god.
Damn. The cauldron began to bubble and fizz. The now vacant eye sockets of the dragon skull it was made from began to glow bright red. Ghosts and all kinds of damn crazy shit started flying out. One of the ghosts was a goblin ghost, and he did a breakdance move so sick that Osric himself thought about taking breakdancing lessons when this was all over, and he was anointed Lord King of breakdancing. Good, the book said. There is only one more ingredient needed. The final ingredient is the land's greatest alchemist himself.
No!
Oh, you need me to get buck-ass nude and climb into this nasty cauldron? Osric asked. Because that is totally weird, and I totally don't secretly want to do that, and or get off by dipping my balls in my potions. You nasty as hell, Oz, the book said. Now get that taint into that marinade.
Marinade. Oh, man.
Osric slid his now naked and buff as fuck body into the cauldron. He let out a satisfied sigh as his jungle region hit the hot liquid because that shit is satisfying as hell. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Just then, the wind howled through a crack in the window, and all the candles in the library went out. The entire room grew quiet as a green light emanated from the cauldron. Time seemed to stop. The book slammed itself shut. All was quiet except for an unannounced visitor who had been making a home in Osric's library for a day or so. A lowly fly. The fly landed in the cauldron, just as the spell was taking shape. His tiny legs stood on the surface tension of the liquid. He was the final yet unexpected ingredient in Oz's masterwork potion. The cauldron bubbled and boiled and swallowed Osric whole. He began to scream as he transformed. After a few agonizing seconds, all the liquid had evaporated from the cauldron, and only a mangled fly version of Osric lay at the bottom of the basin.
No! I know what this is!
Ah ha 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 ha, the book laughed. I said I would make you king. From now on, you will be a king. Flyman, king of sadness and despair.
This Flyman!
No, yelled Osric. Suck my dick, said the book.
Oh my god!
Osric's life was ruined. Because of his hideous nature and inability to be cheerful, he lost all of his friends and money.
Oh, man.
Does anyone need their dick sucked in here? Osric's wife asked as she came into the library. Oh my god, she said as she dropped a delicious cake. Then she threw up at the sight of her nasty-ass bug husband. I do, said the book, and she sucked the book's dick.
No! No!
2 days later, she and the book were married because she had the nastiest case of bone fever any doctor anywhere had ever seen. Bitch was nasty. Finn.
Flyman's origin story!
So?
I didn't see it coming at all! Flyman! Hashtag Flyman!
Hashtag fans of Flyman.
Fans of Flyman. He had everything!
He did. He
had everything! He had a hot-ass wife.
Yep.
He had cakes.
Yep.
He was such a good alchemist.
He was great. And now look at him.
Now he's the king of sadness.
He's just a horrible fly piece of shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm blown away.
I'm blown away.
I don't know how I'll ever recover.
This is like the Sixth Sense of fantasy fiction.
It is just like that. Oh my god. Does that mean Flyman's a good alchemist?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
We'll see some more of Flyman.
Oh, I hope so.
We'll
I just got an
see.
origin story. That book! Oh
Dude.
my god, with its spider legs? Ugh.
Yeah, and it fucks his wife.
Oh my god. I hope Flyman gets revenge one day. Great story, Josh.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
The biggest shocker of fantasy fiction yet. All right, Josh, are you ready for my story?
I'm fucking ready.
This one's called Bone Dungeon.
That is the coolest name of a story yet.
I'm happy you like it. Here we go! It was a bitter and dark evening in Orkspire. The cold wind blew through the forest. There was no moon this evening, and all was quiet, with the exception of one tall wizard tower. The flicker of a small fire lit the room. A heavy smoke escaped out the window as Frightnor the wizard leaned back in his chair and took another hit from his wizard pipe. He was enjoying a simple evening. Wizard weed and the new Battle Keg album, Warrior Sworn to Ale. Track number 3 was playing. Intoxicated and Eviscerated.
Dude, just, I take it back. That's the coolest title of anything on this show.
Warrior Sworn to Ale.
Fucking, and that's the song title, too.
Oh, yeah. Intoxicated and Eviscerated, dude. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. You gotta, it's number 3, so, like, number 1 was good, number 2, it's still ripping, and 3, they're like, here's the really good one. And you're like, okay, this album, I'm done. This album's the best.
That's, like, the single. Like, that's, like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get them.
That's how you get them, yep.
God damn, spoke Frightnor. This wizard weed is the 15th most dankiest wizard weed I ever did had. And this new Battle Keg album rips. He hit the pipe again and felt the jams flow through his body.
Oh my god, dude, I love him.
This is just what I needed. A night to myself. Nothing to do, nobody around, and no Slorgman ever again because I smoked his heart and murdered him.
In my head, like a flashback sequence happens, and he's just thinking about it.
Just real quick, that sentence. He went to take one more hit when there was a knock at the door. Annoyed, Frightnor lifted himself up. "That better not be Slorgman's skeleton," he said, and made his way down the long spiral staircase as the knocking continued. With each step, the knocking grew louder. The wizard approached the door, and just as he reached for the knob, the knocking stopped. He hesitated, then quickly opened the door. No one. Wind ripped through the forest. "You gotta be butt-fucking kidding me," said Frightnor. He closed the door and headed back up the staircase when the knocking resumed. "That better not be Slorgman's ghost," said Frightnor as he turned and headed for the door once more. Feet away, with the knocking growing even louder, Frightnor paused in thought. He raised both hands and whispered, "Jock Jams Volume 1. A spell shot from his fingertips and the door flew open. Wind blowing, trees waving, but again, no one.
Damn.
However, this time, a small package lay on the doorstep. The wizard picked it up and inspected it. It was from the Wizlastic Book Club, a monthly mail-order book vendor for wizards where they can buy cool books, rad bookmarks, awesome stickers, magical pogs, and other things to make wizards jealous using wizard tokens, the secret wizard currency.
Oh, the wizard tokens.
They're back. Frightnor would usually be excited to receive a package from Wizlastic, but this was an order he did not place. He was saving his wizard tokens for a new wizard hoodie with dragons printed all over it. Fucking fighting and shit. It was awesome. But no wizard could resist a free shipment from the Wizlastic Book Club. Frightnor ripped open the parcel, and inside was a book glowing with green aura. "Oh, snap," said Frightnor. "Is this an advanced copy of Dueling Dudes 3, The Revenge of Hot Lava Mountain?" Dueling Dudes is a popular book series in Orkspire by acclaimed author Daniel J. Noodleman. Frightnor reached for the book, but it suddenly began to float. Glowing eyes and a mouth began to form on the book's cover, and it spoke. "Frightnor the Wizard, you are in for a story like no other."
Oh, man.
So this isn't Dueling Dudes 3? "No, this is a different type of tale." Not interested. "Why not?" "Because if it ain't Dueling Dudes, then I ain't got time for that shit." "Oh, come on. Daniel J. Noodleman is an overrated hack. This is a new book. One where you are the main character." "So this is like a choose-your-own-adventure?" "No, this is something different. You will be deciding your own fate with each turn of the page." This sounds exactly like Choose Your Own Adventure. "No, damn it. This is different because you will be in the book. Frightnor the Wizard, prepare yourself for Bone Dungeon."
Oh my fucking god.
The book opened and wicked magic began to swirl around the room. The magic formed a giant hand, which grabbed Frightnor and pulled him into the book's pages. The book shut and fell to the ground. Frightnor woke, laying on the ground of a dark dungeon. He picked himself up and surveyed the room. The walls were made completely of stone, and the room was empty with one long hall leading to what Frightnor could not see. The wizard heard the sound of something stirring about, and evil laughter echoing throughout the hall. "Man, I am too high for this shit," said Frightnor. And he summoned a torch and headed down the hall. There were many rooms connecting to this hall. Frightnor could not decide which way to go. Suddenly, the wizard heard something in a room close to him. He pressed himself against the wall and peered in. What he saw was one of the most unspeakable things he ever did see. A skeleton wearing 7 hats taking a magical shower, and the skeleton was singing, Oh yeah, I'm the hat skeleton, and every day I make the lady say, let me get a hat for my baby back home, 'cause he's a little baby man and I love him. But I say no, I'm the skeleton man with the hat addiction, it's unhealthy. And you know I just got a big old bony body, boy. Kiss me on my skeleton lips. You monster! Yelled Frightnor, and he did a roundhouse kick that shot a spell out of his foot, and it hit the hats, and the hats melted. How could you? I was the hat skeleton! Shouted the skeleton as he fell to his knees. And before he could do anything else, Frightnor shot a freezing spell at his wet skeleton bones that made him frozen for 1,000 years.
Holy shit.
Other than that, the room was empty and stupid.
Oh my god.
Frightnor continued down the hall and peered into another room. Inside this room was a jail, with various rotted corpses in each cell, except for one that had 2 living trolls inside. They eagerly watched 3 skeletons that were gathered around a table playing Ragic, a card game. One skeleton played a card. Excuse me, you do not have enough mana to summon that beast, spoke one skeleton. Yeah, I do, and if you knew how to play this game, you'd know that I can totally do that, you idiot, the other spoke. Don't call me an idiot, ass shit. Don't call me ass shit, you cold piece of jizz. Guys, look. None of us know how to play this game. We just found these cards on a dark wizard's body, and we're still learning. So just relax, and I'll kill all of you! Yelled one of the skeletons, and he began swirling around a mace like he didn't give a fuck. He smashed both the skeleton skulls and dropped the mace to the ground and realized what he just did. I cannot live with this guilt! Shouted the skeleton, and he punched the sides of his head with both fists, and his dome exploded.
Dude, he's got some anger issues.
It's tough being in Bone Dungeon.
He's fucking cool as shit, though, dude.
Well, now he's dead. Well, that was strange, spoke Frightnor as he entered the room. Hey, wizard, let us out of here, spoke one troll. Yeah, get us out and we'll fuck up some skeleton scum, spoke the other. I am Frightnor the wizard, powerful in the realm of magic and connoisseur of the dank. Who are you? The taller troll spoke. I am Swarg, and this little one here is Blarg. We're brothers who got trapped in this book while looting a warlock's hut. We're criminals, and the book looked expensive. Can you blame us? Said Blarg. No, I cannot. I would have done the same. Cash rules everything around me. We're also engineers, so, we're pretty handy in dungeons like this, said Swarg. Frightnor spoke. I've heard enough, and I've decided that it would be super lame of me not to let you guys go. Just wanted to get to know you a bit, you hear me? Now, get on out of there. And he melted the jail with his laser beam eyes.
Dude, he's got laser beam eyes.
Dude, you don't know about Frightnor. He's too powerful.
How did he get the title Connoisseur of the Dank? Is that like
self-proclaimed, but people know him for 2 things.
Okay.
Magic and dank.
All right, that makes sense. All right, it's canon.
It's canon. So, how do we get out of here? Said the wizard. Give us a minute, said Swarg, and the trolls conversed in secrecy. After exactly 1 minute, for the first time ever, the trolls turned to Frightnor and said, after much contemplation in jail, and that minute just now, we decided that the only way to escape is by destroying the Skeleton King himself, Slorgman.
Oh my god.
That son of a bitch, yelled Frightnor. We have history, he added.
Dude, these guys are like his best friends now.
Dude, they're boys.
That's fantastic.
Now, continued Swarg, we don't exactly know where he is, but we've got a plan that involves our engineering. I'll go on, said Frightnor. Why don't you just step outside the room for a moment? said Blarg, and the wizard did. There was chaotic work being done inside the jail, and after exactly 1 moment, again, for the first time ever, Frightener stepped back inside the room, and there it was. A fucking bone car.
Holy shit!
I am exactly the right amount of high for this shit! Yelled Frightener, and he took a hit from an emergency doobie in his robe and suddenly transformed into a werewolf.
Holy fuck, dude. Emergency doobie. He's ready, dude. He's like a Boy Scout.
Damn! Yelled both the trolls. Also, the car is indestructible because we're super good at engineering and we can use it to destroy the dungeon and fight Slorgman! They added. Frightener hopped in the driver's seat. The trolls jumped in the back. Frightener turned to the trolls and said, "You either ride or you die." And the new Battle Cake album magically came on the Bone Radio, and the trolls cheered as they peeled out and smashed through all sorts of walls.
Holy fucking shit. Holy shit.
They were going through all sorts of scenes, running over skeletons, having a birthday party, baking lasagna, making out on a first date, doing suspended upside-down crunches. It was crazy. People screaming, Frightener and the trolls laughing, bones flying everywhere, when suddenly they entered a huge mess hall with one skeleton wearing a crown and eating all kinds of pies. They stopped and stared at the skeleton. He looked up and stared back, pie all over his skull. "That can't be. Frightener the Wizard Wolf, motherfuckers!" yelled the wizard, and he started peeling out and doing donuts.
Holy shit.
Slorgman tried to get up, but he was too covered in pie. The bone car headed right for him and hit him. He was pinned under the back tires. "Time to burn one," said Frightener, and he peeled out on Slorgman's skeleton body for 4 hours straight, until finally the magic started swirling about all over again, and they teleported the wizard and the trolls back to Frightener's house.
Oh, man.
Slorgman was dead. Again. The three of them stood in Frightener's hall, the book laying on the ground. Frightener picked the book up once more, its magic now a fragment of what it once was. "I got an idea," said Frightener, and he put the book in a giant grinder, ground it down, rolled a huge doobie, and the trolls and the wizards smoked the book and got high as hell, because when you smoke magic, man, you know that shit is next level. The end.
Dude, that was the best story ever. That was awesome. Dude, the part when he's driving through the scenes and the skeleton date. Dude, killed me. You killed me. I was dying.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
That was
Think
fantastic.
my favorite thing ever is Hat Skeleton.
Hat Skeleton, dude, that song.
This song. It's going to be a hot #1 hit if he didn't die. But now he's dead. Well, actually, he's not dead. He's just been frozen for 1,000 years.
He'll be back in 1,000 years. Hello, this is Reese's the Wise here with another episode of Hall of Secrets.
With tomes of knowledge. And this is Old Snickerdoodle, here to provide answers to your questions.
Yes.
Yeah, so why don't we get into the thick of it, Reese's? First scroll.
First scroll is from B.J. Turner. He has an unfortunate name, if you know what I mean. Unfortunate. He asks, does anyone ever benefit from the pain mines?
That is a good question.
The runners of the pain mines benefit, and also, if you love pain, you benefit. Pain is currency. Next scroll.
At Felipe Akira 42 on Twitter asks, Where does Throm live? Throm does not have a home. He is always traveling, always conquering, and always drinking. Next scroll!
He is a fucking badass.
He is a machine of death.
He is a machine of sex and death. Daniel K. Heron asks, has anyone yet located a load of rave rubies?
The answer is no.
Next scroll.
Next scroll. At the Great Slinky on Twitter asks, in episode 4, why was Throm so perturbed by the thought of a meeting of Daryl's? Reese's, I think you have more information on this.
Would you please recite the question?
Why were you not listening, Reese's?
I was playing with myself.
Understandable. We live alone. Understandable.
I am very old and very lonely.
We don't have too much time left. Give us masturbation. That's all we ask.
That's all I need.
In episode 4, why was Throm so perturbed by the thought of a meeting of Daryl's?
Well, any meeting of Daryl's is fucking bullshit, because Daryl is a fucker. Fuck Daryl.
Daryl is a piece of shit, and he'll get you.
Don't listen to him.
Next scroll.
The next scroll is from Shaw Man. They ask, does snickerdoodle mean the same thing in your land?
Once again, you are submitting questions for this land. We don't know much about your land. Snickerdoodle in this land means high-ranking officer wizard with lots of knowledge. I don't know what it means back in your land.
Yes.
I am particularly offended that you would ask that.
I am offended for you. That question is bullshit.
Next scroll. At Silverboard on Twitter asks, who were your teachers in Wizard College and how epic/tragic were your inevitable magic duels for supreme power? Well, I know you had a tragic one, Reese's.
I lost a testicle. Which
Yes.
is terrible. Don't do that. Then I had to explain to girls why I only had one testicle, and sometimes they were receptive and very kind to me, but mostly they laughed.
Because he has a blackened sack. It was burned off. He has one testicle remaining.
I don't like to talk about it.
He doesn't like to talk about it. Personally, my inevitable magic duel for supreme power was how you say YOLO.
YOLO!
Whatever that means, I'm not sure on the translation, but also my teachers in Wizard College were beautiful. The beatings came aplenty. It was
Oh
weird.
my
I had
God.
wizard teachers and I was beaten a lot.
That's basically all that wizard school is one horrible beating after another. It's quite terrible.
Until you develop magic as a revenge.
It's like that old saying, magic is the best revenge.
And also don't play with fire or else you'll get your ball sack burned off.
You live and learn.
And then you die.
One
scroll.
more scroll.
Next scroll.
This one is from Justice Gilbert. He asks, after Slogman was killed by Frightnor in the 3rd episode, were wizard weed and awesome things like lightning wings legalized? Or did one of Slogman's equally ugly ass guards take over?
Good question. Those things are still illegal because the law does not change with one man's death. Yes, one of Slogman's guards took his power, and he's even worse. And maybe you'll see him one day. I don't know. You may have heard about Slogman's skeleton. I haven't listened to this episode.
Neither have I, because who cares?
Who cares? Final question from my end here. Ian Gephardt asks, let's hear some information on the spiritual inhabitants of the world.
There is only one god in Daranos, and that is Reese's the Wise, and if you slander me, I will burn your nutsack off. Next scroll, or answer your part of the question, Snickerdoodle.
Usually you would think I would combat for supreme power, but that is very much true. He'll get you.
I'm crazy. As fuck.
And that is all the information you shall receive. We may see you next episode if we have the time. Good day.
Good day.
All right, Josh, the prompt for next week is?
It's from at Haze of Green Smoke on Twitter, and it is dragons. We haven't done a dragon episode yet, so...
Yeah, I think it has to happen.
Yeah.
This is going to be episode 9 coming up, and we haven't done dragons. So, thank you, Haze of Green Smoke, and thank you everyone on Twitter who submitted so many great prompts.
Yes.
It's a shame we can't do... there was 6 of them we wanted to do,
Yeah.
but we haven't done dragons yet, and we seriously need to do one about dragons. So,
Truth.
if you'd like to write along with the prompts, you can submit a story on the Fantasy Fiction subreddit, which is reddit.com/r/fantasyfic. And you guys can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter, where we ask for prompts and questions for Reese's and Snickerdoodle himself.
Those guys are pretty cool.
I think they're pretty wise, pretty kind of jerks sometimes, but I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, they can be, but they're old dudes,
Yeah, they're old dudes, and they're like those cool jerks at school where you're like, that guy's a jerk, but goddamn, he's so cool.
Yeah.
He's so school.
He's so school.
Also, I'd like to say thank you to Ryan Koloski again. He drew a awesome illustration of Thad from the...
Dude,
Oh, what episode was that from?
I don't know. I don't remember. They're all bleeding together.
Yeah. From the Mythical Beasts episode. I just remembered. So thank you for drawing that. If you want to check it out, check out the Facebook or the Twitter. We've shared it on both. It's great. Also, we've had some great drawings of Flyman, other drawings of Thaddeus. People are submitting such great fan art. You can check it all out on the Twitter and Facebook where we share them.
Yeah, it's
They're
awesome.
And once again, we will plug the audibletrial.com/fantasyfiction if you'd like to listen to The Hobbit. It's a great book if you've never listened to it, and you'll have someone read it to you for 11 hours, I believe.
Yeah.
So it'll last you a long time. It's a free download. Check it out. Helps with the podcast. And thank you guys for listening. This has all been great. The audience keeps growing and growing. We are having a lot of fun, and we thank you so much because this is so fulfilling. We're glad you're entertained by our stupidity.
Thank you, seriously, for even listening to one of these crazy episodes.
Seriously. It makes us really happy. Thank you guys so much. But with that, Josh.
All right, we'll see you next week, and keep on wizarding!
Keep on wizarding! Watch out for those spells.